Chapter 17 Farewell, Mason. Teknate during till festet when in Ikvas home, Queen, with the entire family's help, cocked all of the boxians favored dishes. Queen logged data boxing in his heat, train told you to response. A boxian fell to stairs, physis and disabilities favored, sock it on, cack. It isn't as good as hers, but it's still delicious. A boxian said as he took a big bait. Queen smiled. Yes, it now. He tried it and followed her instructions the same way she did, but it's just not as much as hers. Queen got up to it some more milk for a boxing because she didn't want him to see her cry. A boxing knew something was wrong, Pops. When he gave a smile, yes, son. A boxing stood up and looked at Everina's face. You remembered you telling me repeatedly that your view will always be better than a birthday view. When he smiled, it is. A boxing continued, you and mommy are not telling me something. When he cleared his throat, well, there is something. As Queen returned with the milk and placed it on the table, when Nicky looked at Queen, baby, please, have a seat. When Nicky returned to a boxing he looked at all of his children. Sabat came to me and told me that he needed to send the people back home, and it was because of that many of the people back home are in late and, but he also told me that what my sons will go, but only on will return and. Well, you returned that with the profile. You to remember how he came here and with every been Frau, to be where I am, and duck notice the best plan is the best. Everyone in the room was saddened, but the box again stood up, if this is Sabbath's will, let it be so, for. If you become great in Sabbath's name, how can be against me? Pops, you and mommy have taught all of us to be skilled warriors as well as civil servants. Let's consider this a grand occasion, not as Satan. And I turned on some music. Well, let's get this party started then. Eboxian's brothers and sisters started dancing while Friedrich and Waninikiv landed and watched. After everyone had left, Waninikiv was about to go to sleep, and he thought about what boxing in his head and got up and wrote, "Me son." Someone greater than myself. Wait, or who can't it be? Greater than me? Let me see. He will have to be a part of me. He called it love in eternity in order for me to see wiser, more knowledgeable, and more understanding. What would be his greatest accomplishment, someone is in order to be better than me? Wait, or who on your called that be? My son. That night, as to a Malkwanikivu. The wind was blowing hard, and hail rained down the sides of golf balls. Queen got up and closed the windows as lightning struck the ground. It's going to be a bad one. She said as she climbed back into bed. When Nikva says, it sure sounds like it. Yes, the storm continued the following day and lightning flashed across the skies. Friedrich came by and reported to Waninikivu. It's been raining for a while now on the eastern coastline and in the south. We're just getting the tail end of it. Further reports have flown from the Gulf. It's almost that time. Luckily, we are in the last curve until Lucina. Waninikiv shook his head. We're prepared for battle. Let's embark in Beijing, Yuziseo. Friedrich shouted, Yuziseo. They say to it, never for it. Just as they saw it, they heard Yuziseo from behind them, and it was Jill and Enea. Good morning. Enea was surprised. I'm afraid, you're purely. Friedrich smiled. Hey to talk to you, Pops, how are you? They smiled and replied, doing fine. Jill looked at Waninikiv. Pops, me and I want to make sure a box again. Just to where he's going, and we beg of you to let us go with him on this journey. Waninikiv was proud and replied, but, of course. You won't have it any other way. They had the ski craft ready when a box again came outside, struggling with their large bags. Jill said, love boy, where you think you're going, on vacation. Jill and Ine started going through his things. You need this, not hate. Throwing stuff on the ground, a box again got upset, looked at his stuff on the ground, and threw them everywhere. You don't enjoy going anywhere with you too, you'll think you'll know everything. Jill sighed, just be quiet, and her handing him a puppy that she hid in her knapsack. Boxing smiled. For real? Man. Jill smiled. Yes, her name is Bobo, but you can call her whatever you like. Except, he carefully put the knapsack around his neck. No, Bobo, it is. When Likuv's daughter saying, Farol, my son has the road of thought wet staten in Sirita. A few hours later, while he waited, Amina protected him. We were told that you were living soon, and well, the Sirita left. It's less than 200 children, no others, and most children are special needs, but they're in no way weak, their gifts are some of the most powerful ones. Joe looked around. Well, we only need on battle and for this a few, and the guys can break down whatever is needed and prepare your group to go back home and get some rest while take it from here. They broke their battle into 8 companies, and the 4 speedsters left us the last cycle head down the tunnel. Inaya, Jella, and the box again, along with Ferry in this, talked to lead. They've made many improvements since we last went. Inaya sighed, and Jell shook her head. You say, and you like it? Well, resting at Sidekerovo, a little boy approaches Jill and Inaya. You can't find me feathers what? Jill and Inaya look at each other. We don't understand you, a boxing said. Wait is there to understand. He can't find his feathers what? A boxing got up. Her, you'll help you. Where were you the last time you saw it? Jill and Inaya looked at each other and started laughing. A boxing looked at them strangely. What's so funny? Inaya sighed. Little boy, you're a polyglot. That's why you don't. We didn't know what you're just because we spoke English when fed by Spokitos, who spoke a different language, and we didn't understand him. You spoke his language back to him, not knowing you were speaking his tongue. A boxing said, a polyglot. Joe said, yeah, it's how you know everything. A polyglot is a person who speaks or understands many languages, if not all languages because it's saved from Sabbath. A boxing smiled. Yes, the little boy grapes, come on. You have to find me dad's watch. It was his great-grandfather's. After about 30 minutes, a boxing headed to return. His sisters checked on him. There he was, in front of a group of people talking, books like New Nation and Cultures were before the floor you'll hear the stories of Cuba, a Palais King, Wolo Domina, and the Yoruba Kingdom, or even the Queen of Fuenda, Rasalaji Kinda. You like books of courage and strength, the history before, during, and after slavery much more now than ever. You enjoy reading about greats like Reverend Edward or Taki, Fiona and King. Held a slavery bulletin in Jamaica, and even books like The Life of Joseph Henson, formerly slave, How a Slave Helped 300 Slaves even before the Underground Railroad. He called reader Wade but became a preacher, an author, and even an abolitionist. Did you know that the book and Latum's Cabin was based on his story? Both my favorite your stories of bravery like Soroni Mangao, who found the French in the Battle of Laurel, or even the Kumava tribe. This Native American who unrolled her people to fight against genocide, colonization, and cultural oppression. Seeing his sister, a boxing hesitated for a minute before he continued, "You get to go, but let me tell you a little bit about Perna. For over 50 years, Jill interrupted, a boxing, you thought you were looking for what? A boxing said, we found it, and we started talking about different stories and books, and people started joining in. Jill shakes her head. Well, tell this story and come on, we gotta get up early in the morning. Yes, he walked away, and I asked, why didn't you stop him? Jill said Tony with a smile on her face, when it was his hands in the air and started getting loud, his about to get started. Yanela he does sit out about it. Yeah, you're right. Gasti looked away. They heard the boxing continue his story, 20 minutes and about 50 years later. They were not religious curved trained to themselves, for we did they have the military with him. Padres were living side by side with armed soldiers. These soldiers guarded the machine and helped keep the so-called new converts, complained while converting the local people to Roman Catholicism. They will punish them by whipping or canning them if they found out they were practicing their own spiritual beliefs or sacred customs. There were reports of women being abused, raped, and forced baptized. Like always, they almost decimated the native population, killing thousands of people among the 50 communities in the valley. That don't sound like Sabatown. Boxing got louder, but there was a lady, by the name of Taprina. Typernishon was in San Gabriel, and her people, Tikimavit, became known as the Gabrielano. Many reject the cultural assimilation imposed on him. Typerna was a respected religious leader and medicine woman amongst her people. Tried her training in spiritual guidance, she learned to speak many Tanvelanois and became a persuasive human hitter. She used her skills to only forgive 6 villages to attack the San Gabriel mission. Nicholas Jos, who was willing resistant with intimacy, and who villages planned the cabin that Bectete. Hopped wild over him figures of San Gabriel and allowed him to call the Spanish invaders. Typerna's volunteer attacked true and her experience as a medicine woman. She mobilized the priests in her spiritual powers while the warriors eliminated the gods. The warriors approached the mission. Unarmed, Typerna stood by, encouraging them to fight. They scaled the walls of the mission, and the revolt began. The battle was quick. The Spanish soldiers embraced the attackers. Most warriors, including Typerna, were captured because the soldier who understood summit invaded over her people discussing the planned revolt to put mercenaries off. Jello was reading a book as a box again returned and sat down. You all of a sudden sound like Pops. How is it you know everything but don't like anything? Scratching his head, that's not so. You like history now since you found out I'm somebody throughout my maid daddy. Jill said, you were somebody when you thought you weren't, but now you know you're somebody because of my main daddy. You were crazy, little boy. You were always somebody and just didn't know it. You boxing was embarrassed and then got mad. You were always fighting me. Always telling me what. Todo. Jill looked at the boxing. All this because he told you, you were somebody. Little boy, if you don't get out of my face, you'll show you way. And what for? A boxing scratched his head and tried to walk away. And I stopped the boxing. Little brother, your embarrassment of the truth hurts your feelings. One must stay able at all times. We retail this. Our job is to correct your mistakes and protect you. You would rather tell you the horrible truth than a sweet lie. Understand that we all have our jobs to do me in a misery in front of me because I'm a warrior. If it end. Most know the truth. My truth is simply to kill or be killed. You are a teacher or preacher. Your enemies can walk with you, and you won't even know it. You know your gift but don't put mine, or anyone else's down. Remember, Pop said we are a body and have our jobs to do. Don't let the little finger be jealous of the thumb. They have to work tighter to be powerful, as a fist. A boxing looked at Jella. I'm sorry. He was embarrassed and ashamed. Jella smiled. It suck. By the way, this is your book. Pops told me to give it to you, but he hadn't seen his work in so long. You went to read some of it this last time he worked for you the night before we left. A lot of Pop's Korean stuff is in it, and he read some powerful words and give us an insight of self, being human, and of course Sabbath. Passing him the book, she sighed. Good night, little boy. He boxing and smiled. I'm still tired of both of you calling me little boy. They smiled at him and sighed. Good night, little boy. The next morning, the little boy whom he boxing helped fin his feathers with approach Jill and in a canny journey with you. Casters no on me in my rep. They looked at boxing with blank stares. He wants to come with you. He boxing said. They shook their heads in agreement. Yes, they had that. They both started chatting with a boxing. Look, we had a candle and mopped into different objects. He stiffed him as the boxing. Her turned into Bobo. The little boy looked at the boxing. As long as it accurates, it can be it, but not animals. Just objects. After seeing his gift, Jill and I couldn't comprehend what the little boy was saying. Both saw his gifts, his good for his age. And I asked the boxing, what is your little friend's name? The boxing sighed, you don't know. And I sighed, even as strangers, you always introduce yourself. No, ask him his name. The boxing asked him his name, and he sighed. Oh, I'm sorry, my name is Dung. It's Vietnam's spell of doing but pronouncing, and it means curious. A boxing turned to Anaya, with an attitude. Dung. And I shook her head, you better change your attitude. That's what we call you, little boy. You need to learn adequately and how to communicate because he spoke for at least 3 seconds, and with no word didn't come out of his mouth. Jill held in a backlog. Everyone has the potential to be friend unless they saw otherwise, and you promise you have always been around family, which allows you to be who you are. Still, you must be friendly to people who are not your friend or family or don't know. Yeah. Ebakoten said. His name is Young, but it's pronounced Yang. His victims. Jill smiled. You have a lot to learn, little boy. Frustrated, Ebakoten rubbed Don's hands. Let's walk behind him. You're getting on me nervous. You don't want to sit him. Don sighed. Then we shall walk in front of them. Because the sisters didn't understand what they were saying, he continued his conversation with them. I'm not even the youngest. They are always reading me like a baby. Don looked at Ebakoten and sighed. It's unlame. You wish he had brothers and sisters. My mother and father were Muslim at first, then they started worshipping Sabbath. What is the difference? My father said Sabbath changed their lives, but my parents are much younger than yours. I'm walking with our neighbor's parents because they are warriors for Sabbath. Ebakoten said to Don, what's the difference between the oldest religions Hinduism, Zoroastrianism, Judaism, Jainism, Confucianism, Buddhism, Taoism, and Shintoism? Zoroastrianism and Judaism are similar to Muslims and Christianity. Yes, both of them are known to Torah, but the East Tobit was separate books, the Quran and the Bible. Abraham and the author. Both had the same son, Isaac. Isaac and Rebekah had twins Jacob and Esau, who were given the same promise. The Torah said that Sarah told Rebekah that she was carrying 2 nations in her body. He stopped and grabbed his Torah out of his backpack. Yes, right here, 2 tribes that are now in city will be separated. One nation will be stronger than the other. The older son will serve the younger one. He closed the Torah. Later on he promised both of them they will have a lot of people like the sand. Please, read it for yourself. Christianity and Muslim grew and grew over the centuries and became many sects with different rules. Many deceived them and started pimping Sabbath's people to believe lies for money and sex. Don had a strange look on his face. Pimping. Ebakoten said. That's when someone manipulates someone to get whatever they want, solely money or sex. Don said. Human, sex. That's nasty. Ebakoten shook his head and sighed. How old are you again? Don said. 10. Ebakoten shakes his head and grabs Don by the hand. Come on, let's catch up. A few weeks later, in Tucson, Wanike visits his home in cafe when he hears a voice in his earpiece. Wanike, come in, it was Ob. Come in, Wanike replied. Ob calmly said. You need to see this. Wanike jumped in his ski craft and headed toward Ob's location at Watthor. He thought about Ebakoten and called Jella and Anaya on his way to see Ob. Jella, Anaya, come in. No answer, so I called again. Jella, Anaya. Come in. He repeated. His is it all. It's been a week or 2. Jella and Anaya cannot be reached because they are in a dead zone by now, and communication is not transmitted or received in the series. They should be near in-laws in by now and shall be available within the next 24 to 48 hours. They dismissed everyone, and just a handful of us are here wrapping a few things up. Wanike responded, 10 As soon as he arrived at the White Tower, Ob was outside talking with a few men. He kissed himself and approached Wanike. He believed things are getting started. Follow him. Walking up a couple of flights of stairs to the top of the tower was a radar system. This is Drumba. Wanike shook the man's hand and smelled as Ob continued. Drumba has seen a wrap of clusters forming both in Panis and El Paso. But what he wanted to show you is this. Wanike saw nothing. Ob said. Just wait a few minutes, it sometimes comes in and out. A group of small clusters appeared and the screen and quickly disappeared. Beside, they are using some kind of clocking device, but someone or something is causing the clock to fail because it is fading in and out. On your Phobos warriors ran in, here it goes. The woman said as she ran some words out a minute and took a few minutes typing on a computer. Been ready 51 is a pena. A pena took 15 minutes before she sighed, here's an aerial view. She zoomed in and logged. There was a band of soldiers. Ob continued, at first, without nothing about it, but after a few hours, we noted that their direction was toward Jelenine's location. Apenas sim, excuse me, immediately on what is this? When Nick looked at Apen. You seem the size of ants. Apen, enlightened with the ability to see at great distances, sighed. Yes, but hundreds of thousands of elves and demons are with him. When Nick asked. How long will it take him to catch up to them? Apen scratched her head. At the rate of speed 24 hours or so. When Nick remembered what it had said and thought. Jelland. Yes, he ran to his ski craft. Yes, the ski craft lifted in the air, when Nick opened all the channels. Prepare for total lockdown and may battle in, drop everything, and made me lose in as soon as possible. When Nick realized that all communication had been blocked somehow, so he couldn't also radio the hate to it located until he got a signal. This is when Nick view. Does any copy, he heard a voice that went in and out. This is Emmanuel, Imper Loto Loisina, go ahead. When Nick passed. Arigella intonator. Emmanuel said, no, we estimated they shall be better just past Pekinisland. When Nick had just passed the Rio Grande and lost the signal. Turning back round a few miles until he got back in touch with Emmanuel. Emmanuel. Come in. Emmanuel finally responded. We lost connection for a bit, but I hear you loud and clear now, when Nick replayed. Our signal is being jammed, and the large rap is hit your way. The signal is being jammed from the Rio Grande to somewhere near your location. My battalion is on its way, and you will give them the details, but I need you to contact any. No. All grabs at you to prepare for battle, Minister grab in the entrance at the truck stop in Talo. They are to stay. We don't know what they make knows. He thought about it for a while because when he wasn't sure if he was speaking to a member or not, so he said. This is how. Emmanuel said. Never for it, he said to Emmanuel. For it is missing, a very must reply is how, and the response will be accordingly, for the enemy is coming, and they have followed us already. On hour of the Zitorden, Jelland and near miles past Pekinisland and Highway Samania who let worry about 5 miles away from crossing to Brady Bedouin had like in Vermont Bay. They get her adult in at the rest stops because they will come in as on it and the rated a little and have homitometer. And I called the head total to drop stop it ready and pack up because they will better within a day, but there was no answer, and the trade to call Jill and tell her of the problem because she was ahead of the grab, but all she heard was static. Anaya. Sound, stop. Something is wrong. Everyone, check your equipment. Everyone noticed that your radio didn't work either. I am minute proved, not only is my radio not working, but my clocking device is also off. Joe took a moment to think, hurry to the break, it's going to take a long time for all of us to get across instead of one at a time, we will have to wait until the person in front of us gets at least into 15 feet to the end of the break where it's its strongest. Joe called for all the speedsters, fair word in, go search the area in all directions toward it and see if something is going on in medicine the other said. Yeter, stay here just in case we need you to cross the bridge. The speedsters left, headed in all directions, then Joe shouted to the crowd, let go. Daily time. Jelaladas covered the area. Pelling on ski crafts and hoverboards, they rested at the other side of the bridge. Dropping off individuals and returning to get the rest, some speedsters returned on severing made it to the other side with nothing to. Report going as far as 50 miles. But 2 still needed to how up. General and Didi, who were head northwest, have gone to radio zones, on speedster said. Jell and in a lake places across the bridge both wide for the rest of the speedsters to return. Number 10 had to go until the last remaining speedster returned. After an hour, General and Didi returned. General reported, there are hundreds of men and thousands of videos men and demons trailing him. They were trailing behind us. He totally interrupted, saying the pack was split up. Some area females north of his and heading to Lauto. Eboxian's new friend kept asking him what was being said. Eboxian interpreted for a bit until he got frustrated trying to interpret and listen to them and simultaneously, demons are coming after us. Begans, let alone us, all of them Imperial, Ariel, Subterranean, Lisfugos, Equus, and Durin. Tail coming to close now, sailed up. And I didn't understand what he said, but got mad at how Boxigin was talking to the little boy. Young started crying out of fear and ran back across the bridge. You want to go home? And I thought at the Boxigin, what did you say to him? The Boxigin thought back, he told him that the Imperial, Ariel Soterenin, Luftgos, Equus, and Duran Wheel trained to close. And I got upset and grabbed him by the ear. Little boy. You have to be compassionate and considerate when you talk to people or even explain things. Understand this, and listen carefully because you will only say it this time and never again. Because of pops, we are well versed in history and spiritual things that many don't understand it, but we need also manuals, tell them in a manner that they understand, and sometimes you have to give them some background info to explain your point. Treat them like babies like the turtles, you can't give it a mate, you must start first with milk. Now, go get him and apologize to him, and now. Jill wasn't aware of what was happening because she was busy figuring out what to do next as the spooked out warriors. Stamping across the bridge with Bobo, the Boxigin ran and grabbed Don, but Don was pulling away from him, crying, you want to go home. The Boxigin thought that Don, Laston, he was mad at you cause he was trained to hear, and he thought have yelled at you, but Seba will product this. We're not of your demons, but Seba, who created the demons as he created us, so will destroy the demons and product us. We're greater and better than him, that's with the furious. And I stood at the foot of the bridge, looking at the Boxigin and Don, when a tall string appeared out of nowhere, and then she heard us out. Stand clear. The bridge will blow in 10, 9. And I thought, no. The Boxigin isn't the bridge. Saying the tall man, asks Yell. Yell knows, and remembering with her feather side, and I sees a speedster about to go after Boxigin, but she grabs the speedster before he can take off, saying, I'll be alright, he has another Johnny. Yeah, Boxigin finally hears. Man bade him as he turns around, and the man holds up his hand. Stop. Yes, the man spoke, the bridge in front of him fell into water. Yeah, Boxigin said to the stranger, Yell. Yell nodded his head. Yeah, Boxigin said to Yell, if you are here to protect me, who's protecting my feather? Yell said to Boxigin, your feather can't handle himself, and now it's your turn to start your journey for Sabbath. Just as Yell spoke again, the bridge fell off, underneath his feet, into the lake. Yeah, Boxigin thought to doom. Hold on, holding onto the railing and Bobo, they plummet into the lake. With the help of Yell, they grabbed a piece of driftwood that was at them downstream. Boxigin was passed out as Don tried to walk him as they floated downstream. Boxigin, covered in darkness, sees an vision, a large stadium, and as he walks towards it, he sees a crowd walking inside. The closer he walked toward the stadium, the more people closed in on him. Shoulder to shoulder, he could barely walk any further. He sees Friedrich in the front on the stage, speaking, I am a firm believer that the sins of the certification of the children of God is approaching. Our world is descending to madness and evil in preparation for the rise of the kingdom of the beast, the last Baban. That is why the power has been so great among God's true people. It is to prepare us. Not all will be taken because not all have sold out. For to majority of this world system and have laid down the armor of faith important the soul of this world, and are allowed to admire it into God. Some will have to endure the coming tribulation. Those who are prepared will not. Lastly, ask you to fix that thing, that which stands between us and our liberation and deliverance and blessings. Last night, he administered for him to fix that thing. We had to first let go of it. It can be hard to let go of what we have held to for so long. We often fear the spec that letting go will leave behind. We fear facing it unfamiliar or the sense of being alone in the absence of what was there for so long. But God said, behold, I create a new thing. But to do that, we must let go of the old to create that spec he can fill. Have you ever wondered how to ramen? Barbarians covers the power and strip from us the glories of being African kings and queens, and establish a kingdom of your own on top of fields of gold. Have you ever wondered how a man of peace who has message of happy and love has served and changed the lives and souls of not long after his death could be publicly tortured and murdered on a cross but as he came to serve? If you ever wondered how this man's followers and their families called later be rounded up and publicly slaughtered while thousands watched it from stadium sets and theaters of gold. If you have ever wondered how millions of Indians people living in peace in their own lands called be invaded without warning, uprooted, and subject to genocide, and their lands taken, while simultaneously, hundreds of millions more of their black kin abducted from the motherland, mass enslaved and settled around the world abroad not unshared by those who believe that they had no rights worth respecting, their bodies play runs for global tragedies that were unimaginable. It took centuries for them to get free. If you ever wondered how one man could rise to power, in a nationality world citadel, slaughtering millions while settling them in their trains to camps of terror and shivers of horror. If you ever wondered how the hell could rain from a heavenly sky and citizens floods up from below and world would conflagrate and destroy near 10 millions of destinies, or how freedom is dimmed in the light of liberty, and thunderous sounds can drown voices out. Ladies and gentlemen, each of you apathy. Its weapons of mass indifference cost more lives than iron or steel. Fathomless, invisible warfare by citizen soldiers on bloodless, guiltless fields of passivity. Because for whom the cost of doing nothing is worth the pride of the freedom to know that for the cause of self. The result of which is the sacrifice of the many for the benefit of a few who give up nothing to gain everything. Friedrich continued his boxing trajectory him, passing forcibly toward the stage. It get harder and harder to read Friedrich. It came to a point where he couldn't go any farther. A boxing followed, Friedrich. Louder and louder. When the crowd disappeared, Friedrich was there by himself. Friedrich grabbed the boxing by the hand, lock pointing at Daniel, where it appeared to be Daniel. He was much younger, and there was a light behind him. Every dim light grew larger and shone brightly as Daniel lagged. Daniel approached the boxing. Years he sat back and learned the way of Sabbath. Yes, he made mistakes but kept the path. Now listen to what he learned. Of those who will hear, they will believe. Of those who will believe, they will act. Of those who will believe and act, they will always be opposed by those who neither believe nor act. Daniel paused and then spoke with authority. This says the Lord of hosts. He will bless those who have been faithful and prepare a place of safety for them in the coming days of tribulation. He will also send great judgment into it, the faithless, and the rebellious who have prevailed themselves. Rulers and occupants, for too long of this planet. He will pass through the earth like a fair track of forest. Daniel falls to the ground. As he is falling, he grabs Friedrich and speaks in an unknown tongue. You will put me fist through the earth and stir as if in a pot. The kingdoms of men will fall, and their place of security will be unsettled. Earth will reel and rock like a drunkard and become unstable as all the systems that man has set up his throne unto himself will be shaken, and many will fall, never to rise again. They have set themselves up as ghosts and enigma, the throne of heaven, who is their creator. They slandered and defamed my name instead of the messengers he sent to warn him, and they have chosen other gods in denial of me. Therefore, their choice will be honored. We will see who can deliver them out of my hand. They have dealt unjustly with my people whom I have sent to him and who serve him. And this will be avenged by my hand. He told you that he was coming. They thought they were challenging you, my servants, but it was me they were challenging. And he will soon give them the chance to confront him. We will see who God is. War is coming. And more pestilence. The peace men have enjoyed will be taken from the earth. B. So you know good as you think you do, but it is not pride and arrogance you had been, because all will be revealed and uncovered in the days ahead. As you have heard me repeatedly say, these are the last days of the reign of men on earth. Friedrich and Daniel shouted at the boxing, go and do his bidding, Yesau, and the boxing replied, you will not for it. Just then, the boxing woke up out of his vision as he and down lay in the shoreline. He raised his head. Seeing yells at him down with his legs crossed, a boxing sighed, if that's the kind of help you're going to give, I'm not sorry if I need it. With a blunt smile, Yell said, you prodded you from death, not pain, but keep that sarcasm, cast that's the kind of sarcasm you'll need where you're going. Just remember this, they will always try to defeat. A boxing looked at Yell and sighed, where am I going? Yell replied, the other side of nowhere.